Good evening, everybody. I'm Mary O'Connor. Thanks to the Alaskan Aviation Safety Foundation and the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health for allowing us to bring you Hangar Flying. I'd like to thank Alaska Public Media for their support of Hangar Flying, which helps keep Alaskans up to date and informed about aviation in Alaska. This evening, we are pleased to have as our guest Corey Hester, the new CEO and Executive Director of the Alaska Airmen Association. Corey, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
First of all, congratulations on the new job.
Thank you.
You're not new to Alaska. You're born and raised here, and you've worked some fairly high-profile jobs in Alaska. Are you a pilot?
I'm not a pilot, but I was born and raised here. As you had mentioned, I have a large extended family throughout Alaska, and many of them are full. It's full of aviation enthusiasts, experts, and pilots. So. The aviation community is not new to me in terms of being around and involved in it, but getting my feet wet more in depth in the aviation community as a representative is something I'm really looking forward to.
So what made you apply for the job with the Airmen?
Yeah, so I've always been fascinated by the aviation industry. And with recent developments in new technology, it's really captured my attention, and I've started to delve more into it within the past couple of years, and this opportunity just kind of presented itself. And I said, why not? And the team there elected me to kind of lead the new generation of aviation enthusiasts here in Alaska. So really honored to be here and to do that.
So we were chatting. You have some family history with the Airmen, and you bring some historical perspective that we might not have obviously noticed.
Yeah, so my grandfather he worked for the FAA here in Alaska for 30 plus years, and he was really involved, especially in rural Alaska, in building rural airports, designing the blueprints, some of the first ones in many parts of rural Alaska. So. Jim Perham was super involved in that. He was a member of the Alaska Airmen Association back in the day too. He had his old his pilot caps and his swag back then as well. So I still have some of those, I think. So it was good to see that, and that's something that I didn't even necessarily know of before. Before researching this position and getting involved with the Airmen as well. And then, I kind of found out I got a little bit of family history in this organization as well. So that was pretty neat.
Yeah, that is very cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about your background. Can you tell us about some of the jobs that you've had that have helped prepare you for this role?
Sure. So I've been involved with a lot of nonprofits. Most recently, I was at the Anchorage Chamber of Commerce, and that's one of the largest business organizations in the state. And they're also membership organizations. So really, the nonprofit aspect, as well as the membership aspect, is a really strong suit of mine. And I sit on various boards of other membership nonprofits, which also helps to see that type of organization from that perspective. So it's really good. From that point of view, but also, in terms of rural Alaska, which is one of the focal points of what I'll be doing at the Airmen, is Alaska geotourism, and that's a concept that I help pioneer here in Alaska. And that's really to help, boost rural economies, no matter how small they are. And we work with some National Geographic executives on that, and that took a life of its own. So experience in rural Alaska is something that I also bring to the table too. So.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
So I guess that touches on, a good segue into my next question. Sure. Do you have any goals for your time in this position?
Yeah. So, targeting the youth, making them aware of the aviation community, of all the different options and avenues that they can take to get a job, to get involved, to learn more about. Youth outreach is something that the Airmen feels very strong about and has a great track record of, providing scholarships, providing educational services to these youths, whether in junior high or high school, and even at the collegiate level. But really solidifying that and kind of taking it from maybe an aviation day, a once a year annual event, to more than just a week even, to a structured program that's continuing maybe on a semester basis, maybe a summer program. So really exposing them to different variations of aviation. And the newest, the hip thing with youth is really drones and unmanned aerial systems. So making sure that the airmen are at the front of that, that we're involved with that, and really just helping grow the aviation community in Anchorage and Fairbanks and just all across the state is something that the airmen are really proud to have done before. And targeting the youth and the millennial generation is something that I'll be able to bring to the table and grow from that angle. So.
Oh, very good. So if members or potential members, members of the public would like to say hi or to meet you or find more information about what you plan on doing, how can they reach you?
So, alaskaairmen.org is our website. They can contact me at corey.hester@alaskaairmen.org, and that information is on the website as well. I'd love to hear from all the aviation community across the state, and I've already received a lot of phone calls and emails. They're very supportive, very welcoming, so that's really good to come into a warm environment and a close-knit community here. So I'm excited to get involved and grow the Airmans and just really grow in the aviation community throughout Alaska. So
great. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being our guest on Hangar Flying.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching Hangar Flying. When you go flying, please remember, always file a flight plan or let someone know where you are going and when you'll be back. Until next time, fly safely.